Hello all. Right, I've got to go through to, I've got reasons to go through to Fife, so I'm going. Now, whilst I'm going through there, I might as well take in some of capture some of the scenery on the camera whilst I'm going through for other reasons. So I'm getting myself over here, got a nice cup of tea here. I like coffee actually, that's my favourite, just decided to go for tea for a change. I've got the dash cam ready, and what I should do is I'll show you roughly where I'm going on the map. Okay, so I'll just pause this for a moment. Alright, that is recording. So I'm just rigging up this camera, enjoying it really. I've not got any other way of doing it, so I just have to do it this way just now. It's not going to be like this always, just show you a wee bit of just some of it. I'll edit a lot of it out. So just at the Starbucks, so cheers. I'll stick the dash cam on later. Actually, what I'll do is there you go. You don't get I'll do. I'll just make my way out of Starbucks. So see, I won't do all of it, like record every mile of the journey. I'll just sort of edit out the, just keep the highlights, the good bits in. Should have really put that on after the Tay Bridge, because this bit's a bit mundane really. It's just coming out onto the Goody industrial estate and onto the Kingsway, basically. Traffic lights and that. Crazy weather. I mean, this is like the 10th of April, 6 degrees Celsius on the 10th of April, and it was sunny earlier. Still kind of, it's not that sunny now, but when the sun's out it's quite warm within its ray, but at the same time it was snowing. It was actually snowing at the same time. Never known weather to be like that before. It's just nuts. It's not the weather I remember. It wasn't until like fairly recently, within the last 5 years it's been pretty started getting really bizarre, the weather. So I'm just going to head down the Kingsway and along Riverside Drive and onto the Tay Bridge. So like I say, I've got good reason to be leaving, to be going where I'm going, so I've got reasons. But at the same time I'm going to record, I just capture some of the footage for you or anyone else. Well, don't be surprised to see that camera just tumbling away, and it's absolutely bizarre. The sky's like white as anything. It's just going to wait to start snowing. It's just nuts really, because I mean a few hours ago it was a blue sky, it was a clear day, sunny, and now it's just, it's like sunny over there and it's snow here. It's like venom. not quite got a setup yet where you can see the scenery, but you'll get the scenery on the dash cam when I switch it on. And this is just going along Riverside Drive, so I'll put it on before I go on the Tay Bridge. Great to see that. See if we can psych it up as well. Also. Never it's actually snowing though, it's just, and you'll see the light over at the right there. In this area it'll be quite lighty, but up ahead where I'm facing it's a really white sky that's full of snow. It's starting to come down a wee bit. So you've got like sunny over there, snow here, and God knows what over there. I mean, it's like weather I've never saw before until recently. Should have had this on actually when I was across the bridge. This is just saved memory on the phone, but never mind. So normally I'd put the radio or the CD on or something, play some music, but the problem is when I start to put this online, and I could risk a copyright strike because the music in the background's not mine, you see. I mean, I could add my own music to it, to the video when I compile it. Might do that. Just sort of like washing the corners of these. That camera doesn't go. It's. I'm no expert at this, by the way. It's just so passing the Riverside in there on the right. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to hoping you can see something out of my driver's side window, but you'll get more at the dash cam, as I say, when I switch it on the just before I get to the Tay Road Bridge. It's Dundee Airport on the right. I've done a couple of flying lessons out there. There's a lot of these bike hire things floating about these days. Oh, loads of them. It's not daffodils are all. It's 5.5 degrees centigrade, well into spring, and then looking up ahead now on the right, it's actually like a blue sky patch. Jeez, peeps. The weather's just all over the place. It really is. Yeah. Up there's a place I better not be seen. Not distracted. That's Bridge View Station Restaurant there. It's quite a nice place to go for a meal. It's Barnett's. Coming under the Tay Rail Bridge, just going under there now. Tay Road Bridge in view up ahead. Heading across up. Unfortunately, you're only getting to see the sky. You can't really get to see what's over my shoulder. It's just I can't get the camera to can't get really much of a view. I was hoping you could see it, but it just has to do. You have to do that now. I'm going to just pull in here for a moment, switch on the other camera. Nobody expects me to come round that circle. Right, just turn here. Turn this off for a moment. Put this dash cam on. It's recording. It's just got to try and get it to line up, you know, because you don't want you just looking at the bonnet. Unfortunately, see, I've not really. It's the best I could do at the moment. I'll just have to do this. It's as in sync as it's going to be. I've tried to get both the videos in sync when it comes to compiling it. So I'm just not that far from the, well, not far from the Tay Road Bridge, but I might take ages getting there because of the traffic light, you know. It's just over there. Okay. So I'm just coming out of that, back onto the waterfront. It's coming off the riverside. Well, come up to the V&A, passing the rail station on the left, and the Discovery Point is just coming up on the right. So I'm in this lane to get onto the Tay Road Bridge, which you'll hopefully see on the dash cam. So what I'll try and do when I compile these videos together, I'll try and get both the screens to show this video and that video, the dashcam video. I'll try and keep them in sync. See, I'm no expert in this, I'm just an amateur at using multi-cameras and that, but it gives you a chance so you can actually see us and hear what I'm saying and get to see the view. What I used to do is done a voice audio audio, and that just took ages because I had to sit and watch the dashcam footage. I had to play it back and then do the voice audio at the same time, record it, and then sync them up that way. That just took a while. So now I'm just trying to do all three at the one time. You'll see me and hear what I'm saying, and you'll see most importantly, the footage and show you the scenery. Of course, if you're from Dundee, like, you know, I've lived in Dundee all my life, this is just still boring every day. Like, I see this all the time. It's very mundane, but it's still nice, you know. It's still like going across the bridge and that, but it's good when you get into some of these back roads in Fife. These unclassified roads usually throw up a few surprises. You just won't expect to see them. Like, yeah, there's buildings, there's all sorts of wee things. You might just farms and nice wee parts of the country that you don't know about until you actually, you know, tour them. It was a few days ago. This was really, really windy. The speed limit was brought down to 30 miles an hour. It was closed off for double deckers. I mean, I drive the buses, the Dundee buses, but it's just within the Dundee city, so I don't have to worry about going across the Tay Bridge. Although our bus company does send buses across to Fife for the schools, so they've got to watch. because you could get across here on a double decker, but then when it gets too windy, when it's time to go back, you get caught. So this, what they do is they send a single decker to go with them, to convoy them through, and so that drivers don't get stranded, the single decker stays through there with the double deckers. So should this bridge be closed for the schools coming home, then drivers could at least get back on the single decker across the bridge. But it's nice, nice. I always like the view of Fife when I come across this way, like. So I'm just about across the bridge. I think what I'll do is I'll turn that off, and then I'll put it back on later, and I'll just so that, because this is like the dual carriage way. I'll basically play back the highlights, you know, some of the bits I think is quite interesting to show you. But in order to get to these places, I've got to go through the normal route. Mundane roads. I think they're alright. I like driving anyway, so I can drive any road and still enjoy driving. Like, it's not scenic. So I'm passing a guy with his dog. So if that is the case, then it should be in sync. That'll be a sync point to synchronise the voice in this video with the dash cam video. So I went play back, and if you hear me saying that nil, then you can, it's like out of phase. So yeah, I'm probably going to the A914, so I'm just going to pull in here for a minute, just turn off some of these cameras because it's going to get using up too much memory and battery, etc. I know it's to say, I'm just going to highlight this is this Indian place in the middle of nowhere. I've never tried it yet, but I'm sure will at one point. Right, so I'm just turning this off at the moment. Right, so as you probably would have saw on the dash cam that the road is shut, so that's even better, because now I could take a bit more of a detour route to get to where I'm going. I can show you more of the scenery. So what I've got to do then is basically heading towards Kemback. So I went through Ceres, took the first right onto the unclassified road, which was closed off as you saw, so then I had to make this right hand turn, which eventually connects up with the B940. So from there I'll turn left and I'll head to Scotty, I think it is, and then I could turn left again and see if I could get to the other side of that Kemback bit. But we're in it right now. There's a church and a nice building, old building, so I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll go and show you that scenery. So that's Darcy Cemetery Churchyard up there. Oh, I've got a bad arm. I've done my shoulder, so it's difficult to lift this camera up with my right arm. Unfortunately, it's a wee bit, I've strained it, so it's a wee bit shaky, unfortunately, but it's the best I could do. That's Darcy Bridge, however it's pronounced. It's quite a nice one. You could probably hear the cows and cattle up there on that farm, just up there. I could hear them. Nice part of the country this, nice wee bit of Fife. Right, and try to sync this up. That's recording and this is recording. So I'm still at the Jersey Church. I don't know how you pronounce it, I just pronounce it that way. So I'm just going to head along this road, the version of the road. And I've never driven this road before, so you'll see hopefully on the dash cam what I'm going to see, because I don't recall driving it before. Make sure I've got everything left behind. So what I think I should be doing is going straight to the end of this road, turning left. Not through a wee farm now. My tea stopped warm, by the way. Barns. You see the main road up there, well, the B road just up ahead there. You'll probably see it as well. Avoid these bumps. So these unclassified roads, they throw up a good few surprises in that, eh? I mean, we've got these nice wee stopping places. Ah, no, this looks like it's onto the the actual main road, the A92. Ah, I didn't expect that. Didn't expect it to be coming onto the main road again. That's the A92. That's, like I say, this is news to me. I don't really know this. I was under the impression it would have turned left there. So I've got the map out. So thank you, diversion. It's given me an excuse to enjoy even more time out here. Coming down Jersey. That's back on the A914. Oh, it's no, sorry, the A91. So I'll be making another left. Look at that, actually. Right. It's a bit further up. Okay. So I don't have the sat nav on or anything like that. I mean, I've got a sat nav, but I've not bothered to bring it with us. I don't really need it. If I get kind of lost, just use the old map. So obviously onto the main road, the A91. I'll be turning left to get on the B road. I'm going to get there eventually. It's just quite a busy. It's going to be accelerating pretty quick to get over here, so I'm just hoping this camera doesn't go flying. Just moving on to fast traffic now, so it seems to have helped. You see what I mean by the weather, it's all changed again. Colours. So it's just on the outskirts of Cooper. So coming in. I used to work in that warehouse, in that industrial estate. There's a warehouse there. That's going back 20 years anyway. 2001, yeah, 20 years. 20 years ago I used to do a wee job and I was working in that warehouse. Just down that way. I used to give a guy a lift to work. I used to pick him up. Well, actually, we done turns around. One week I would go in his car, and the following week I'd give him a lift. And we just do turns about. We both stayed in Dundee, so we just. At that time, I had a MG Montego, 2 litre Montego. It was a good car. Guzzled a lot of petrol. Aiden Valley Business Park, industrial estate. That's where I used to go. In that village, we went through Darcy. That's where we stopped for a wee shop. Like before we went to my one, there was a wee like a paper shop, a confection on there. Just to grab a few snacks and odds and ends for our lunch for our break and that. So through Cooper. It's just coming out of Cooper now. It's not the first time I've been here for diversion, going through Cooper. If you've looked back on my YouTube channel, you'll have seen I've done a video about the Falkland Hills. I drove to the Falkland Hill from Dundee and there was a diversion on it. We had to come through, it was a blooming big long diversion. We had to come through via Cooper to get to it. Because the stretch of the A92 that I needed to get on was shut. So that's the B940, that's where I want to go. I'm going to be on that. Right. So that's where I needed to go. I needed to turn left back there, so I'm just going to have to make a turn round this circle to get to it. So I need to be turning right onto the B940 heading for that there's a PN Pits Scotty PN Crail. I used to go to Crail, I used to watch the drag racing, the motorsport drag racing, and that. It's brilliant. I've done stunts and everything. In fact, I had a shot of driving a Porsche around the track. It was great, like it was a Porsche turbo. We're going back a while now. Been there a few times, like but my favourite one's the stock car racing, banger racing at Kildenbeath, Loch Gelly, the Bracewell. So I'm not familiar with these roads at all actually, and just kind of figuring out where I'm meant to be going. So I'm not got my sat nav. I don't need a sat nav. Like all you do, if you miss a turn, you just go around and just turn round and go back and just turn round again, come back. That's the railway bridge, railway line on the left. Just running parallel with the railway line. So it's 3 miles to Pits Scotty. I think that's how you pronounce it. The pronunciations of the names and words are not great, but like I just kind of pronounce them the way I see them. I'm not brilliant yet. So whatever it is. So, like I said before on one of my videos, that camera and the dash cam that aren't, what's this on the road? bloody heck, dead pheasant or something. There's another one on the other side there. He's going to swerve to avoid that, I think. Yuck. What was you saying? Yeah, both these cameras are not bang on in sync. So I mentioned this before when I was doing this kind of stuff, recording me driving and also recording the road ahead. You couldn't use that to assess my driving, because if I'm looking that way and the car's going that way, the videos are not bang on in sync, so you can't assess my driving for using that camera and that camera. So if I'm looking at junctions, you can't, because they're out of sync, you see, they're not bang on in sync. And when you're driving, every split second counts. So I wouldn't want you thinking that, shoot, I should have been down that way. That's me blathering on. Well, not blathering, being dead serious. You're driving, every second, split second counts. So you couldn't use that to display what practices for driving. I mean, as I say, you might think the car may be doing different things and then doing different things, because if you're looking at that and that, they're out of sync. So I don't want you thinking that it's what you're seeing is exactly, it's bang on in sync. It's milliseconds, so make a big difference in driving. So I've got to turn to get back onto that road, because I was distracted telling you about that. I missed it turning. I have to turn and go back round again. But that's not as easy as... The thing about that is you get to see a wee bit more as well. If you're not in a hurry, you can get to see a bit more. Turn here, I think. Someone's drive. Well, kind of. So you always watch when you're on moving traffic like that. You never reverse on it. You can't reverse back on a main road like that, and it's got a blind corner, so whoever's living in that house is going to have a... Be careful coming out and turning right there. So, straight street there. You can tell the difference in the weather. Now that I'm going the opposite direction, you can see now just how the weather changes. I was facing that way, it was such a blue sky, it was lighty, and now facing west, it's all kind of, well, it's kind of done with snow now, is it? Porsche, was that Porsche? I don't know what that was, sports cars, a nice one. So you'll see the turning that I should have went down with if I were paying attention, but I was too busy talking to you. That's my turning. It's turning right now. Kemback. So this road is unclassified, it's unsuitable for SUVs and etc. And there's a big SUV. Loads of them in fact, but no, it's just past this point here, it's unsuitable. Unsuitable doesn't mean they're not, that they're banned, it's just unsuitable. I mean, I might have to at some point get a big SUV down here for whatever reason. It's just advising it's unsuitable for it. But these lanes were never built for big vehicles like that. These are ancient lanes that were just probably initially built at the time as horse and cart. There wasn't any big motorways or anything like that back then. Gosh, I'm probably going to have to edit some of this out. It's going to be taking up a heck of a lot of memory. I'm going to have to go in here. I'm just going to edit some out here. I'm going to just stop here for a moment. Save a bit of camera. Right, okay. I'm not far from Kemback now. It's basically I've stopped at a nice wee part here, looking over the road. Just down there is Kemback Bridge. And you might be able to make out this quarry in the background. I might have to turn the camera around. I'm not quite sure, I can't remember what the name of it is, but you could, I'll turn it around and I'll zoom in to it later. But it's quite a nice wee part of Fife. And as I say, I'm just going to make my way down to Kemback Bridge. The battery's just about, get on the charger. Right, I'll turn this round and show you a wee bit of the scenery here, okay? Right, so that, I'll try and zoom into the quarry in the distance there. I'm not 100% sure what it's called. I could find out, but I just, as I say, there's loads of things to see in it. I'm just sort of just taking it as it comes and no making a big fuss over it and just whatever. There's a quarry, you could see it, I've filmed it. There's a nice bit of the country. It's, as I say, the weather's mad. I mean, it's sunny now and it's warm-ish. Warmish. It's not that warm actually, it's still pretty blooming cold. It was snowing earlier on, believe it or not. Right, I'm going to head down to Kemback and Kemback Bridge and get a wee bit of video on in that, pictures and stuff down there for you. Right. So this is the small village called Kemback in it. Kemback Bridge is just basically here on up ahead. So that's how the pronunciations of the. Now I'm just hoping this camcorder doesn't play up because it was starting to show signs of playing up earlier and I thought I'd lost everything. It's a really nice wee place actually, this. I mean, this back roads like this, they just throw up all the wee surprises, eh? Lovely wee place. I like the buildings and that. Well, just a nice quiet wee place, isn't it? Right, so that's Kemback, so I'm going to make a move. Okay. Slight revision. That was Kemback Bridge. So Kemback Bridge is just there. I've just walked about 1 minute and there's the signs for the actual village called Kemback. Kemback Church. It's up this dead end road. So I've got to go up there, so I'm going to take a wee, get some video footage of that up there as well for you, okay? Right, let's go. So I made it to Kemback Parish Church. Now the road that I went up there, it's just a dead end. It's a very tight, narrow road. You can only get so far and it's a private road. But I couldn't even get the car turned. A car of the Octavia size, quite a long car, it's quite difficult, so I just reversed all the way back down. All the way back down and then reversed to where I am now. It's really a narrow road. See, I don't know this area at all, so I'm just kind of. No, I haven't dropped myself in it or anything, and still needing to get to go somewhere, and I'm just kind of like having a. I've still got to get to places for reasons, and this is just a kind of stop break. I kind of got lost as well, so it's handy to. Whilst I'm lost, I might as well take some pictures and video footage of some of the areas that are in it. and lost, but I'm not lost, if you know what I mean. I've got a map, I can always find my way back. But this has got to be done, like. So that's the narrow road that I came up. It's a ruin, an old ruin up there. If I had more time I would actually go up and explore all that, but so I'm going to make my way back down that road and then turn left and head down that way towards Den, I think it is. So I'll stick on the dash cam and I'll capture that footage for you. Okay, so I'm going to make tracks now. Right, I've actually just stopped down about 1 minute drive down from Kemback, and I've came across this lovely wee spot here. That road heads towards Pit Scotty, B940, B939, etc. That's where I'm heading. But before I go, I'm going to get a few pictures and videos of this lovely wee spot. So I'll turn this camera around and I'll show you where in it. I think it's something like Den or something. It's down that way. This could be it, I'm not sure. But this is the unclassified road. It's heading towards Pit Scotty, down that way. B940. Right, I'll turn this on and start showing you, okay? So it's a very nice wee spot. I like the little waterfall. Yeah, so this is all sort of part of Kemback then. Something to do with it anyway, I'm not quite sure of all the districts in this area. Because there's Den, but Den I think is further down this way. I'll find out anyway. There's trails that go up, there's actually a wee trail that goes up there, but I've not really got the time to do that just now. So, right, I'm going to buckle up and make tracks, okay? Actually, just before I head off from this Kemback area, I just noticed when I was walking there was a kind of discoloration in the water. That bit there seems to be cloudy. But the rest of it isn't, it's just the centre bit. It's cloudy there, but it's clear there, but cloudy there, and it seems to be like that up there as well. It's a bit odd. Just wonder why that is. Minerals or something, I don't know. It seems to behave a bit different water anyway. There's a lot of things that I've noticed, a lot of changes, a lot of strange things that have been going on within the last 5 years. But it's just a bit. Maybe you can't appreciate just how clear it is on the camera, but it's sort of like cloudy there, haziest there, and clear water, haziest. But it's so well done, it's defined, it's like a defining wall. I mean, normally if it was the way I thought, is it was just all mixed and the whole water would be coloured, kind of discoloured like that, but it's just uniformly mixed. It's hydrants or something, I think. I wonder what they are. What's Big B. Ah! Jeez, peeps. Try to get it on the camera. What is it? There it is. I wonder what the buzzing sound was. That was a drone. Right, so I'm going to have to make a move now, okay? Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, you probably would have noticed. Oh. Better turn off the music, otherwise you're going to be getting a copyright strike. You may have noticed if I've put that on the video, you will have seen me doing a U-turn. I went through Ceres or something, it's a funny spelling. And it looked quite a nice place, so I thought, oh, come on, I'm going to turn and have another look at that. So I did. I came back around here and then at this place. It's got the Fife Folk Museum up ahead. It's got an award and everything. It's really nice. So I shall get out, turn this round and show you around. And show myself around because I've never really been here. So this is all en route to where I was supposed to go. So far I haven't came within 2 miles of anybody. No, I just thought I'd say that. You know, it doesn't really matter. I was just saying I've still got to be somewhere anyway for important reasons. So, well, in here I might as well get this done as well. I've got to stop with a break. Got to let the engine cool. Right, I'll go and turn this down and show you a bit of Ceres. C-E-R-E-S. Ceres in. Just how I spell it. Pronounced it. Right. Right, so we're at the car park at Ceres. Oh, it's a nice bridge, this. It's a really nice place. See, that's what these wee back roads, little surprises that you wouldn't really see all these when you're just whizzing by on the A roads to get to somewhere direct. You just sort of, you miss out these wee places. It's like they get forgotten about. They're really nice places to visit. Oh, it's really good. See, I just wish things would get back to normal, where all these places could be open again, and they might be opening, like, soon. Meant to be opening soon, so seems to follow a timetable. It's really bizarre because now it's, as you can see, it's snowing again. That's the Fife Folk Museum. This is a great wee place. I'm glad I turned and came back to see it because I was just thinking when I was going along there, I said I only got a glimpse, just, you know, when you're driving you can't really get a chance to take and watch the scenery. I'm definitely coming here when they open that museum. I'm trying to hold this camera as steady as I can, but I've hurt my right shoulder, so I'm just kind of really doing the best I can at the moment. Oh. Maybe it is open, the place is quite a lot of cars here, right enough. The museum isn't, but I think maybe, perhaps, I don't know, not quite sure yet. It's really bizarre, eh? Look at that grey cloud, snowing over there, right? And just round 180 degrees, sunny, blue sky. That's really nice, that, isn't it? Just really, really nice. It's no wonder it got an award. That is some old cars, look. Could have captured that. Right, I've got the dash cam on and I've got this on at the same time to try and sync them up. Now, like I said earlier, like I was trying to say earlier on, these things aren't bang on in sync. So don't watch this one and relate it to the movements that are going on with the traffic. So for example, I could be looking that way and yet the car could be going that way. That's not how it is, it's just because it's out of sync. I wouldn't want you thinking that like that, you know, and that's the case. It isn't, it's just that they're out of sync. To make sure this. Right, so in that series it started snowing, as you could probably see. So I'm going to head on to the B939 and head for towards where I'm trying to get to go. It tells you a lot. It tells me a lot as well because I'm not familiar with this area. Shit. Sugar. It's a one-way system at this car park. So it's better. Nice place though. It really is. Lovely place. You get to see hopefully see that bridge and that. I'll be coming back here when that Fife Folk Museum's open. I'd definitely like to visit that. Definitely would like to visit that. So you wouldn't believe it, it's spring, would you? You think it's back in winter again. It's just mental. No, this is where it becomes a bit of a nuisance with that dash cam, because the light, the glare tends to become a bit of a nuisance. A bit of a nuisance on the playback on the dash cam. It's just, unfortunately, it's not the dearest dash cam in the world, it's just going to pick up what it's going to pick up really. But sometimes the light kind of drowns out the rest of the scenery. It's shining directly in the sunlight, unfortunately, but well, that's the way it goes. So yeah, I got to about here and decided I'm going to turn and have, go back and look at Ceres. So I had to look for a turning place, and as you probably would have saw on the dash cam, that turned it this far. I'm on the right here. So turn there, went back. That's all you do if you miss your turning or whatever. If you see somewhere you want to do, just turn and go back. Don't try and rubberneck while you're driving, just go back and have a go back, park up, get out and have a proper look. I'm going to try and sort of look around while you're driving, because it just doesn't work. It's not a good idea. It's just just stop and have a proper look, So it's nothing worse when you get back home and you think, oh, I should have went back and had a good look at that place. And then it was in the back of my mind, I saw these lovely buildings in this area. Pothole, I'm not going to miss that. So this is Craig Rothy, and then just coming into Craig Rothy. So what I'm going to do before I get out to the inward, I'm just going to leave the dash cam running. I'm going to turn this one off, save battery and memory, and I'll keep this for the memory and battery for the scenery for later on. But hopefully you'll get to see what's on there. I've just quickly pulled in and just to get this view here, getting a really nice view over here. I must be looking over towards the west, A92 and that. But the snow's starting to home in on it, so it's taking away the view a wee bit. I think that's the Lomond Hills up there. That's kind of where I'm going to be heading in that general direction. Yeah, really nice. I thought I'd just pull in for about 2 minutes to get this view. Right, let's make tracks. Right, so I've stopped at another, just along that road a wee bit. I know exactly where I am. I'll try and show you the views. It's a lovely viewpoint. See down there, that's the A9, the A914 runs along that way. You could maybe just make it the cars. That's the Falkland Hills. In the distance there, unfortunately. There we go. Falkland Hill. And I'll try and make my way over so you could see the road. I'll just pause this one. Right, so there's a pond or loch or something down there. The road, the A9, it's difficult to zoom in on here, but that house there, that's the A914, and further up there in the distance it's the A92, that's heading in the south direction, and that's towards the Lomond Hills. So that's where I'm looking over. Right, so continuing heading for behind these houses, the Holl Reservoir is in that general direction. Is kind of where I'm going to be heading to. As I showed you on the map, roughly the route I was taking, roughly I was kind of making it up as I went along, but I've kind of stuck to the general areas that I need to be. Right, so let's go. Actually, just about 2 seconds down the road, I've come across a better spot to stop to get the view over this way, and you'll get a much clearer view of the A914 and the A92, which is just out in the horizon, just runs parallel with it. So let's look north. It's like another pond or something down there. And you get a great view of the Lomond Hills there in the distance. Right, I'm going to scoot down the road. Right, I've stopped at the BP garage on the A92 just before Fruki. I don't really need fuel. I need fuel in the form of a hot dog, a latte, and these cottage bake cupcakes. Goes well with a nice latte. That much stuff lying about here, equipment. I've got chargers, camcorder, phone, mapping. I hope you're having something to eat. Well, I don't think you need to see me doing this, so I'm going to stop this for the moment. Right, so that's is on the road off of the A911. I turned right off the A911 and then on this unclassified road that takes me to the Holl Reservoir car park in Fife. So I'm going to make my way down there. I'll turn on the... Gosh, I'm looking at the temperature, It's 7:15 at night on the 10th of April 2021 and it's 2.5 degrees centigrade. Freezing, literally. So I'll just turn this on. So it's getting on a bit. But I like staying it late. But I've got, as I say, stuff to do, so once I've done that I'll make my way back home. Yeah, so I'm just, as I say, I've never drove this road before. But I've got to go down this way for something. Anyway, and important reason. While I'm doing that, I'm going to film this, or try and film it. So I don't know where this is going. I know where it's going, but I've never been on it before, that's what I should say. I don't know what to expect. But one thing I do know is it's got lots of bumps and it keeps moving that camera a bit. But anyway, not to worry. It's still recording, that's good. Oh, it's a car like mine. Same red, same year. Well, same year, same 10 mile an hour. So this is the south side of the Lomond Hills. And the hill up ahead there is Falkland Hill, although you may not see that depending on how well I've synced this video. It's one bumpy road, full of potholes. All these potholes. So I'm doing about just a bit above 10 mile an hour. That's just the. It looks like I'm going faster. That's just the optical illusion. I've sped the film up. Seriously, you've got to be careful on roads like this. You know, some speedometers don't even read above 10, below 10 rather. My old car didn't. I had an old Mark III Astra, and that didn't read below 10 mile an hour. So when you came to a speed limit with 5 mile an hour lights, I'd guess. Actually, earlier on today, when I was on, you might have saw it on the camera, the dash cam, on the was it A914, I think. Before I got the Carmichael, there was a speed limit saying on the signs, on the poles, saying 40 mile an hour, and on the road it had 50 mile an hour. So take your choice. Oh well, here we are. Oh. Right, cool. So I don't really, I presume it's that way for the parking. Fisherman's car park, public car park, straight line. Well, I'll go to the public car park, Fisherman's car park. There's some bikers. Ah, really nice. You can see the reservoir. And I'll show you the reservoir once we get parked. I'll turn the camera. Oh, you maybe you'd see it ahead now on the dash cam. What? I've never been here before. Oh. This is on route to where I need to go. This is kind of like a wee... I've still got to go somewhere, and this is like... you know, I've got to take a break from the driving, so I've decided just to come somewhere where there's hardly anybody around. You know, I've kept it 2 mile apart. So I need a break, and then I'll get to where I really need to go. And while I'm having a break, I'm going to stop here and take pictures of this lovely wee spot that I can never remember ever been here before. It looks really nice and quite excited about this. Quite exciting. It's somewhere. Get a nice view of the Holl. Welcome to the Holl. I'll get parked properly, and then I'll get out and Holl Reservoir. So this is pretty much, yeah, really nice. Brilliant. Coming here again. Yeah, I'll be back here. Once things are all back to normal, I'll be back here for picnics and walks and visiting this lots of times. Brilliant. Turn this off. Right, I'll go and turn this camera round for you. Right, so I'm at the reservoir. Holl Reservoir, H-O-L-L Reservoir behind me. And it's starting to get late, the sun's starting to get down, it is really cold. So I'm going to be getting a bit more clothing on, I think, and I'm going to have a wee look around here. There's a wee information board just up ahead here. Oh, it's really nice. Really nice place to go. There's another reservoir up there as well, further up. Balhall or something. But there's actually that board there that will tell us. We'll have a look. Yeah, we have a Ballo Reservoir, isn't it? Holl Reservoir. There's another one, there's Harperlease Reservoir as well. We could probably get to this on foot, and you might go see. Oh, that's where I am. Holl Reservoir Park here at the car park. The picnic area in that. Obviously it's way too late now to go for a walk. I mean, it's going to be getting dark in about half an hour. So, right, I shall turn this round and show you properly. Yep. So that's it there. Welcome to Holl. See, it's amazing all these wee back roads here, all the little surprises and goodies it has got tucked away that you would never even notice if you were just whizzing by on the motorways and the A roads. You know, going in a straight line, cutting right across the country at speed, you don't really get a chance to see all this unless you come right off the beaten track and into all these unclassified roads where all these hidden gems are, all these little surprises. I've been up that hill, that's Falkland Hill, you could actually see the point on it. Just, well, I could, but I don't know if you could with a camera, but right at the very top you could get the trig point. I'll do a video of that some other day. I'll go up there. I'll get that done in the future. Yeah, car park's really, and they just park right there, and there's a reservoir and there's tons of walks, and there's quite a few, well, there's some people around. It's obviously quite a popular place. So it won't be too difficult keeping 2 metres apart in a place like this. You know, you could just say 2 miles apart. There's so much space. I mean, I haven't passed anybody, come in contact with anybody yet, apart from the garage. Although I did, you know, I've got to stop there. But as I say, I've got to be here for a reason anyway. So, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to have take a break just off the beaten track. A nice place here, which is really nice. Oh, it's cold. Right, time to stop for a moment filming. Oh, it's absolutely freezing. Oh, it's nice. So I'm going to go up to the dam. I think I'm going to go for a walk along the dam there. It's not overly far, so I'm just going to walk back up onto the road and just make my way over to the dam and have a look there before it gets dark. Okay. Just keeping a watch on the microphone batteries. It seems to be flashing up. Could be going to be going flat. Those I can't charge with the car charger, unfortunately. I have to get new ones. So hopefully the voice audio is still coming through. This is just at the dam. It's a bit of a boat, sort of boating area, fishing boats out here. So it's just a wee trail that runs from the road. Just pause this a moment. So in the distance there you can see the Isle of May on the horizon there. There's a Brunt Island or something further out in Glenrothes. I've been to Isle of May, well, it was years ago, 20 years ago, so it was 2001. I think I may have went again a few years later. I'm not sure, the first time we went to it was in 2001. I don't recall ever being here before though, unless I was very young. My dad took us here when I was like during the 80s when I was really young. I can't remember being here. I certainly can't remember ever driving here myself anyway, so if I have been here it's been a very long time ago. I'd have to really think hard if I've been to this place before. But that must be the pumping station down there then, I'm assuming, because it is a reservoir for water, so pause this. So you can see way over there actually, you can see probably way over towards Edinburgh, the Firth of the Forth. This is the basically the dam. This reminds me of there's one near, well, there's Backwater Reservoir Dam, been there, reminds me of that, and there's one just off Fife, Loch Turret. There's loads of them, but there's also the one up at near Oban, the Hollow Mountain power station. Got the phenomenon there, look at that, clouds. It's weird weather, like. This is brilliant there. Yeah, really nice here. So that'll be about the end of the video. That's what I was going to show you. So I've got some essential things to do now, which I'm not going to film. I was only going to film the journey, basically getting to it, and the rest breaks that I need to take. You know, while I'm doing that, I'm going to fill in the areas where I've stopped. And I took the easy roads for reasons. So, but they're nice roads to drive and nice and scenic. So I'm certainly not going to not record them. I'm going to record them for you to share with you. See, this is great. There's fishing. I don't actually fish, but I mean, I might lease the boats out for a wee sort of spin up in the boat, like, you know, go for a wee paddle. They do at Loch Tay. You get the power boats, the fisherman ones. That's got the wee engine on the back. You don't need any training or anything. It's just basically, if you sink it, you get soaked. You just got to keep away from the edges. You get a wee briefing, like, you know, just didn't rock it. Some people that know me, some folk will remember a time where we went on a boat in Loch Tay and it was being rocked about. Let's just go back on it. Those that know me are watching this will probably remember that. I'll never forget it. So don't rock the boat. You're in the middle of a loch, a deep loch, and you know. Anyway, this is really nice here, and it's time to wrap this video up. I hope you've enjoyed it, and well, just keep checking to see what I put up next. Well, hopefully things get back to normal. I'll be able to do some actual dedicated time for touring. I could say that I'm actually going for, you know, doing tours and stuff for the video. I'll try and get up the Falkland Hill for you as well. Try and get right to the top and get some views for you. All in due course. You know, I've got a lot to do. I've got a bit of decorating and gosh, working away. Yeah. Come out here and just do. This is like medicine again. Keeps saying get away from it all. Right, I'm just rambling on. Right, thanks for watching. Okay, cheers. Bye now.